What's going on, peeps? You know, I'm getting to the point now. I only can laugh at this DEI situation, and the reason why because of what's going on right now. Now, these people have taken down a picture of Nola Gay, a plane. What's up, T Black? A plane. Now, this plane, this plane is the same plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Japan. And it's part of history. It's part of history. And they removed it from the website because of the word gay. That's how pathetic this is becoming. When we are removing pictures just because they have the word gay in it. I can't take these people serious no more. I really can't. I totally cannot take these people serious any freaking more. This right here proves a point. This is not about someone getting an advantage because of their skin color or because of their gender or because of whatever reason. This is about stupidity. This is about trying to make certain people feel fear of other people. That's what this is all about. All about fear. Why would you take down a picture of a plane because he has the word gay on it? Now, I'm going to get in the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to try my best to get in the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that they have an AI software who's going through all this and they're scrubbing all of this from the internet. It's something got to do with AI because I know there is not a human being will remove a picture just because it has the word gay in it. I just don't see it. Nah, that's Barack Obama. That's Obama. This is when he first got elected back in 2009. Old shirt. That's why it wrinkled. I just pulled it out. But yeah, I just laughed at that. I really laughed at it because I thought it was very stupid, pathetic. We have so many different things going on in this world today, and we worried about the word gay written on the side of a plane. And they removed the picture. And also, on a serious note, though, what they're doing at the Pentagon now, at the Department of Defense, what they're doing, they're scrubbing their website of all kind of crazy stuff, like pictures of black soldiers. Like I said, Enola Gay picture, the plane, because it got the word gay on it. And this should show the American people that we're going backwards. Donald Trump says that he want to make America great again, which whatever that means. I still don't know what make America great again is. But if you are trying to turn something around and try to make it into something great, why would you want to erase certain things? Why would you want to go backwards in life? I was watching the State of the Union. I caught the last I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught the last part of it. And as the camera was panning across the front where everybody was sitting at, and when it panned towards the generals, the service chiefs, I noticed something. And I'm pretty sure whoever watched this noticed this too. You seen 4 older white males who was the service chiefs. And that's what Pete, the Secretary of Defense, wants his military to look like. Look just like those 4 white older males leading the military. Just understand, just before the State of the Union address, you had a service chief that was a female, that was a white female. She was leading the Navy. They fired her. You had CQ Brown, who was the who was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, which was black, and they fired him. And what did they leave you with? 4 white males to lead the service. That's what they're going for. Google just blocked me saying CI is war. It's crazy. It is really crazy, man. It is so freaking crazy what we're going through right now. And people don't see this. Which would happen if they tried to make us go backwards. And that's what's going on. They try to make us go backwards. They really are. But in my thing is, I'm not going there. I'm not going backwards. I'm moving forward at all times. Because yeah, you got to kiss the ring in that camp. You're most definitely right about that. You have to kiss the ring. But we have so many things in this country that is wrong right now. We shouldn't be worried about a plane that has the word gay on it. We shouldn't be worried about photos of old soldiers who are so happen to be black or women, females. We got so many issues right now. We're sitting here struggling on a daily basis, and we have people who just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't want to get it. They're not even trying to get it. We are hurting. Y'all got to excuse me. I forgot to plug my plug in. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But it's crazy though. Food costs is on the rise still. Gas prices are stabilized, but they can be better. But we have to do better. We have to do better. And it's like it's sad. It's very, very sad. Good afternoon, young lady. I hope you're a lady. I can't pronounce your name, so I'm not gonna pronounce your name. But thank you. Unfortunately, the way this country was founded, we are repeating that. Yeah, we are repeating some of the things. I'm gonna say this right here. 'Cause I'm a realist. We have come a long ways in this country when it comes to race relations, when it comes to a lot of different things. But we have gotten to the point where now certain people are complaining about how great this country have become because of its diversity. And they don't like that. They don't like the diversity. They don't want to hear that diversity is a good thing for America. And it is. When the Secretary of Defense tells you that the worst saying in the world is that diversity is the military strength, that tells you everything you need to know right there. He don't care about diversity. He don't care about people trying to make the playing field leveled. We're not trying to make the playing field uneven by putting black people above white people or putting white people above black people. We're trying to even this out for everybody to have where everybody will have an opportunity to thrive in this country. And that's what we're trying to do. I just need to get to work for to get better. You've been too privileged, lazy, ignorant, and greedy in this country. That is true, T. Most definitely true. I agree with that. But we need to wake up as people and understand we need to level this out for everybody. For everybody. So let me say this first to all the trolls. For all the trolls who comes in and want to troll, I have no problem with you trolling, but be respectful. Be respectful. Because I know you hide your identity and you feel powerful because you can hide and say some crazy things. So what I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna block you, but be respectful. And if you're making disrespectful comments, I'm just gonna not read them. You can make all the comments you want, but I'm here for a respectful conversation, not disrespectful. So I just want to make that clear if I go any further. Now, let's get back to what I was saying. But yeah, I'm down to making the playing field level for everybody. And we need to all understand that whole concept. We need to understand that we're here as Americans. Yes, Americans still have issues. There are still race issues in this country. But we can do better. We can do much better as a people. And as long as people don't understand that, we're not going to do better. When you got people like Pete leading the Defense Department, saying the things he's saying, he's telling you straight up that he don't want to make things equal for all people. He just want to make things better for his people, the white male. He don't even care about white females. He only cares about one group, and those are white males. White males. And that's why his perfect picture Tuesday was those four generals sitting there, those four white generals sitting there in one group. That is his perfect picture, because that's what he wants the American military to be like. Most definitely. That's another thing also. When they talk about free thinking, they don't want you to be a free thinker. They want you to be a group thinker. So anytime these people tell you, we love free thinkers, we want free thinkers, we want everybody to think for themselves. No. Even the Democrats. The Democrats are the same way. Matter of fact, all politicians are the same way. So just think about this right here for a second. When politicians go to the mic, they all repeat the same talking points. So are you being a free thinker? No, you're not being a free thinker. You're being nothing but a parrot, because you're repeating the same crap that your other fellow politicians are repeating. No matter if you're on the left side or the right side, you're repeating the same crap. There is no such thing as free thinking in this country anymore. And that's one reason why this country is going backward also, because no one is thinking for themselves anymore. Everybody's believing what a talking head is telling them. No one is really understanding. If you think for yourself and do your own research and educate yourself, this country will be 100% better. 100% better. But it's not like that in America. It's not like that anymore. 30 years ago, there was more free thinkers in this country than there is today. So what did that tell you? We're going backwards, not forward. We're really going backwards. And we need to stop it. It's crazy. And Sam, I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with you on that comment. Freedom become a shield. Both parties using to hide their real dark agendas. I can agree with that to a certain extent, because that's what they're really doing. They'll throw you a bone, then they'll take that bone back by doing something else. And that's something we all got to realize too. Yes, it looked good at first, but when you dig deeper, it's not as good as you thought it was. It's nowhere near as good as you thought it was. It's the old hidden hand trick. I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to actually give you this. It's kind of like with Medicaid. They tell you they're not going to cut Medicaid. But then they turn around and tell you we're going to get rid of the fraud in Medicaid. So how can you make a law to get rid of fraud in Medicaid? You can't. The only way you can fight Medicaid is to prosecute the people who's actually doing the fraud. But they're not talking about that. But see, they're hiding behind getting rid of the fraud, but in actuality, they're going to get rid of Medicaid. They're going to cut Medicaid. And we have to understand that whole concept. That's the old hand switch. People pay to be poor. You end up with more poor people. People vote against their own agenda on a daily basis. I think it's about they are getting rid of Latin immigrants and wanting to replace them with young South African farmers. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. How did Obamacare work? Worked out fine. People in love with it. Why you see when people ask questions like that, how did Obamacare work? It works fine. But you know why it works fine? Because Congress, it would not try to get rid of it. Because the last time they tried to get rid of it, guess what happened? So it works out fine. Because a lot of people enjoy Obamacare at this time. In all welfare, no more free rides. Well, you need to tell your corporations that. Because corporations receive more welfare than anybody else in this country. So I don't understand why people, when they think about welfare, they contribute that to the poor people, when rich people receive more welfare than poor people does. See, that's the mentality of the people in this country. They want to blame poor people for everything, while rich people are getting richer off of poor people. Do people really understand how that works? You know, rich people keep you fighting amongst yourselves as poor people while they get richer and richer and richer and richer and richer. And it's to the point where, wake the fuck up. Understand that rich people want you to fight amongst yourselves as poor people so they can make themselves richer. Because every time welfare comes up, the first thing they talk about is cutting SNAP benefits. Cutting anything that have to do with poor people, they want to cut. But nobody talks about cutting anything from the corporations. The only thing they talk about cutting, well, the only thing they talk about cutting for corporations is taxes. That's it. That's it. We know we're going to wake up and understand. Rich people want us to keep fighting. Why do you think they talk about DEI so much? Why do you think they talk about culture wars so much? You know why they talk about it so much? Because poor people latches on to those things and start fighting amongst themselves. That's why they talk about those things so much. And people need to wake up and understand that. We are nothing but pawns in this politics game. And they use us at every turn to keep fighting amongst ourselves so they can make more money. Every politician in DC, I don't care if they're Republicans or Democrats, they want you to fight amongst yourselves to keep you occupied while they keep gaining more and more money. When are we going to wake up to that? When? Like, for instance, when I started this live, I was talking about DEI, talking about Nola Gay, a plane that has the word gay written on it has been sanitized from the internet because of the word gay. That's how stupid this is becoming. That's how stupid this really is becoming. When are we going to wake up and realize that? We are fighting culture wars, stupid culture wars. We are fighting things that make people better in this country. But they don't want that. They don't want it. And then as poor people, no matter if you live in rural West Virginia or you live in the ghettos of an inner city, we all are in the same boat. We all try to make a living for ourselves while the poor people are fighting, the rich people are getting rich. We vote against our own interests every day. A lot of us do. No matter if you vote Republican or you vote Democrat. A lot of us vote against our own interests every single day, and we don't care. We don't care. We just move on to the next. We complain. We complain about services from the government. But what's going on right now? A lot of these people who complain about the services from the government are jumping up and down because the government is firing thousands and thousands of federal employees. Now, who's that going to affect? Now, I want y'all to tell me something. Firing these federal government workers, who is that going to affect the most? Is it going to affect your rich buddy up the road? Or is it going to affect the poor man who's waiting on his Social Security check? Or who needs some kind of assistance down the road? Is it going to affect the poor people? Just understand that. That's who it's going to affect, the poor people. And we need to understand that whole concept. We need to wake up and understand that. It's not going to affect these rich people. It's not going to affect these fucking politicians. It's going to affect us, the poor people. Why do you think Elon doesn't care about getting rid of a lot of federal employees? He don't care about getting rid of 7,000 Social Security workers or 7,000 IRS workers. He don't care about that. You know why? Because it doesn't affect him. You know, they're talking about cutting 80,000 VA employees. 80,000. Now, just imagine how's that going to affect services at the VA. And the most people goes to the VA for services are poor to middle class veterans who get services from the VA. Do y'all understand that the service at the VA is already crappy? Yeah, you get some good service every now and then. But to me personally, because I get service from the VA, a lot of the services is nothing but crappy services. You can get better services on Medicare. It's the same type of service as Medicaid. They give you a intern or a resident as a doctor, somebody you'll see once or twice and they move on to the next. But they talking about cutting 80,000 people from the VA. How do you think they're going to affect the services at the VA? How do you think they're going to affect the services? The services are going to get shittier. Do you think they care? No, they don't care. But at the same time, they cutting those 80,000 people from the VA. Guess what the DOD is doing? Guess what the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, guess what these services are doing? They're getting more money. They're getting more money to go fight. They're cutting the services for the people who are fighting, but they're increasing the budget to make more war. Do that make sense? Do that really make sense that you're gonna cut the budget of the services for the people who want to fought these wars, but you're going to increase the budget for the people who are making war? So when they go to war and come home, they get shitty services. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And we need to wake up to that fact. Like I said, poor people are always getting the shit end of the stick. Always getting the shit end of the stick. But we allow that to happen, though. We allow it to happen because we're so blinded by politics. You know how many poor people, I'm gonna assume that there are poor people. I'm gonna say middle class of poor people who are happy and ecstatic that federal workers are losing their jobs. Did you hear some of the things that funding is being cut for? Well, you know what, Dookie? This is a problem, Dookie. That's not a Republican thing, and that's not a Democrat thing. That's a politician thing. You know why? Because all politicians have their hand in writing those funding bills, those appropriate bills. So to me, like I said before, if there are things in those budgets that shouldn't be there, everybody's to blame. Everyone is to blame for that. But like I said, getting back to what I was saying though, we as poor people need to stick together more because the rich people are taking advantage of this. You know, I was looking at the people who attended Trump's inauguration, the billionaires, that is. Do you realize that there was like 2 billionaires who make more money, who has more money than the budget of the VA? That's how rich they are. That's how rich they are. The VA employee is like 480 some thousand. You're right, Green Dreams. That's about right. Yeah. But the thing about that, Green, they're still short staffed though. They still struggle within the VA when it comes to asking hiring and stuff like that. You know what, Dookie? I seen that this morning about the mice and trans, and I believe the person said that that's not talking about transsexuals. It's talking about something else have to do with a disease. So that right there was a bullshit, Dookie. Don't believe everything you hear on television. Come on, Dookie. Stop it, man. If I was a billionaire, I believe you wouldn't be singing the same song. That's your opinion. I don't understand that, Wayne. I care for all people, no matter if I'm poor or rich, in which I've never been rich, so I don't know. But we need to stick together, though. We really need to stick together. But this is the thing, Wayne. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a poor man. So I'm speaking from a poor man perspective. That's what I'm speaking from right now. So it don't make a difference. Let me get $1 million in my pocket, then we'll talk about that. How about that, Wayne? I'm pretty sure it's a long list, Dookie. But like I said, Dookie, who you blame for that? You blame one party or do you blame both parties? See, I blame both parties. No matter if you do find out some crazy stuff in those budgets, I blame both parties. Dookie, let me ask you a question, Dookie. Do you realize that the Republicans have been in control of the House for what? This is their third year in control of the House, and they have never passed a budget. Do you realize that they're still using Nancy Pelosi budget? Do y'all realize that? Do you realize that, Dookie? They're still using Nancy Pelosi's budget. They have done so many CRs since they've been in office, since they've been controlling the House, that they have never ever produced a budget. Understand that, Dookie. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all sit here criticizing what's in these budgets and what they coming up with, but y'all not understanding that the Republicans have not passed a budget since they had control of the House. So if the Republicans are so concerned about what's in these past budgets, why haven't they passed their own budget? Why they keep using CRs to continue Nancy Pelosi budget? Since they hate Nancy so much, why they keep using her budget? I'm just saying, Dookie. I'm just saying. It's not about the presidency. It's about Congress. Congress is the one who writes the budget. I'm just saying. See, y'all don't want to talk about that. See, this is my problem with y'all, Dookie. Y'all don't want to talk about reality. Y'all want to talk about all this fake BS. Let's talk about reality. Answer the question, Dookie. Why haven't Republicans passed a budget since they've been in control of the House? How much national debt is too much? Let me tell y'all something. You don't want to get into the debt portion of this. Let me tell y'all what something, because that's another fake outrage from the right. It's a fake outrage from the right. So if they really were concerned about the debt, they wouldn't be giving tax cuts to the rich right now. They wouldn't be giving tax cuts that's going to increase the debt if you're so concerned about the national debt. So y'all need to get off this BS, man. I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm just asking you because you're talking about all this stuff in the budget. So I'm just asking you because I'm thinking you got an answer for me. What's up, it's me? What's a lie, it's me? Come on, it's me. What's a lie? We keep it straight now. But nah, though, serious though, tell me, if y'all are so concerned about the debt, why are y'all cutting taxes and increasing the debt? Can somebody please answer that question for me, please? Please Answer that question for me. All you Republicans in my chat right now, can someone tell me? Freedom, I agree with you. There's no such thing as too much debt. It's to the point you need to be cutting the debt. There's already too much debt. The $36 trillion right now is too much debt. What's up, GG? So GG, you telling me it's okay to get these corporation tax cuts knowing that the debt is out of control already? Is that what you're telling me, GG? You telling me it's okay to increase the debt even more because these corporations are going to stay in America? Come on. You know, they used that same thing back in 2017, Wayne. Let's cut debt. It's going to be more prosperous for the workers. It's going to give more money back to the workers. These corporations are going to just trickle down that back to, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work, Wayne. Tax, yes, brought in more money. All right, it's me. I'm going to disagree, my brother. You know, I love you, my brother, but that's not true. It's not true. Because if that's the case, it's me. We won't be going up in debt. We'll be coming down in debt. Just understand the way that works now. Good job growth and prices. What prices? You had a savings account in Trump. So you made a lot of money that you was able to put in your savings account. Okay. We all do that. What's up, Be Humble? I'm still trying to figure out. Y'all keep saying y'all was saying that the debt is too much. Y'all was saying that we need to cut the debt, but no one is telling me why are we giving tax cuts to the rich, and at the same time increasing the debt. No one still haven't told me that yet. I'm still waiting on that. You're right about that. 101. Most definitely right about that. Everybody keeps saying corporations don't stay in America if you cut the tax. Corporations not going to stay in America. You know why? Because corporations are not in America because of labor costs. Labor costs. So no matter how many tax cuts you give them, they're not coming back to America because they don't want to pay the labor costs. Why would I pay $17 an hour when I can go overseas and pay $2 an hour? They are coming back now. Which ones are you talking about? All this fake investment that Trump is talking about? $2 trillion worth of investment here. Apple going to invest $500 billion. All that is just BS. It's BS. It's BS. It's BS. I don't think that was under Wayne. I don't think that was under Obama. I think that was under Bush. Stop it, Wayne. You're making me laugh, man. Did you really say Obama? No, Obama came after the crash. Obama is one that helped bail this country out. And I can agree with that also, Freedom. The unions have done a lot to increase payroll in this country. So that's one reason why corporations goes overseas. I appreciate that 101. Thank you. Thank you for coming by, man. AI is they might invest $1 billion, $500 billion AI, but it's not gonna be like tomorrow. It's gonna be over the next 10 or 15 years. And that's something that y'all need to understand also. This is not going to happen like tomorrow. They talk about investments down the road. Yeah, Wayne is projecting. You're right about that. Most definitely projecting by saying Obama was the cause of the crash of 2008. And actually, Obama he wasn't sworn in until 2009. Oh, that was a good one. Soviet Union Workers Union. we see how it worked out for them. I don't know about that one, Freedom. We all know that. We all know where Obama's father is from. We know he's a Kenyan. We already know that. Tell us what we don't know. What's going on with you guys, man? Y'all are saying things that just blows my mind right. Y'all really making me laugh. Why shouldn't I blame Trump for what's going on now? Trump is talking about tariffs one day, the next day he's canceling the tariffs. Trump is a yo-yo at this point in time. I'm not going to call him a clown. He's a yo-yo, up and down, up and down. Right, 101. Where's Trump daddy from? Well, his grandfather, rather. His grandfather. His daddy was born here. His grandfather wasn't. Elon's daddy. They can't make it make sense. I still haven't got an answer yet about this debt situation. Why are we worried about the debt, but at the same time we're increasing the debt? Can someone please answer that question for me? I still haven't received an answer on that question yet. I'm just mind blowing. You know, last time Trump was in office, he increased the debt by $8 trillion. So what would be the price tag this time? Would it be another $8 trillion? I'm just saying, for all you fiscally conservative people out there, why y'all allowing this man to keep increasing the debt? Why y'all not up in the uproar about all this spending, all these tax cuts? How can you balance a budget when you're cutting taxes? You can't. Yeah, right about gaining control, kissing the ring. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, no, Gigi, when it comes to Israel, they'll give Israel anything they want. But when it comes to defending Ukraine, they just cut off all funding, which is crazy, which is really crazy. They're trying to increase the economic growth by lowering the cost. I guess that's what we cost businesses. May or may not work, but that's their thinking. Well, they already tried that already. They tried that in 2017 and it didn't work. So why are you going to try it again? See, y'all feel to realize this is not the first time they tried that. They tried this in 2017. And the only thing they did was add more debt. That's it. Added more debt. Even though people say that it brought in more money into the IRS, which I don't see how when you increase the debt. If you're bringing in more income, you would think it would reduce the debt. But it's not. And that's let me know that that's not true. It didn't bring in more money. Matter of fact, I think the figure I seen, I think they said it brought in something like $1.2 trillion, some shit like that. Don't quote me on it. But when they cut the taxes, they took out over $2 trillion of income. So it don't balance out in the long run. It really do not balance out. And that's what people need to understand. You can't tell me you're gonna cut $2 trillion from revenue, But then you bring in 100 and some trillion dollars to the revenue, 1 point something to the revenue trillion. So you're not bringing back what you cut out. So it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Well, Gigi, you got to understand, America and several countries made a pact with Ukraine about helping secure them if something happened, because they gave up their nukes back in the 90s. So they made a pact to say that they will help them if they need it. So only thing they're doing is giving them weapons, pretty much. That's what they're doing. But getting back to my original point of this live was laughing at DEI. DEI really become a joke. And like I said before, why are we sitting here taking down pictures of Nola Gay, a plane that dropped the bomb on Japan back in World War II, just because the word gay is on the plane? That is some crazy shit. It is so ridiculous, man. This is how crazy this DEI thing is becoming. You know, it's comical now. Trump is turning this country into a joke. That it really is. For every red blood American who loves America should stand up and say, look, we need to stop this nonsense. We're really looking bad out there in the world today. Between DEI, the tariffs, and all the rest of this crap, we're looking bad. We're taking down pictures because they have the word gay in it, which has nothing to do with somebody's sexuality. It's the name of a plane. And we're taking pictures down. What is going on? What is going on? Right, it's a huge lie. What is really going on around here? It's just ridiculous, man. You have to laugh at this sometimes. You really do. And the reason you have to laugh at this sometimes because if you don't laugh, it's gonna drive you crazy. It's gonna drive you out of your freaking mind. So you have to laugh at it. That's how crazy it is. I just don't get people. I don't get Americans no more. I really don't. I thought we had more common sense in this country than any other place in the world, but we don't. It's like we don't have any common sense anymore. We like to be laughed at. Everybody around the world is laughing at America right now. All because of the clown show that we have in the White House right now. We're seeing things that we have never, ever seen before. We sit here and watched. Now, I'm 55 years old. And I'm not going to say I've been watching everything that goes on in the White House, but I have never, ever in my life seen a president and a vice president attack a visitor in the White House, in the Oval Office. Never. Then to hear the president say, this is good for TV. What is good for TV? Seeing the world, letting the world watch you attack another leader live on television? That's good television? That's embarrassing television. So freaking embarrassing. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. We are living in an upside down world at this point. It's upside down. And we need to change things. It seems like we didn't learn from 4 years ago. Another thing also, Trump got elected on two things. He got elected because of the economy, and he got elected because of the border. Now, I will give him the border because the border was easy to solve. Because basically, the crossings at the border had declined before Trump even took over. So that was the easy part to do. All you had to do, the only thing he did was put 20,000 soldiers on the border, which was stupid to me. It's a waste of taxpayer money. But that's what he did. So that problem is, all right, I give him A+ for that problem. But how about the economy? How about the economy? What is he doing to make the economy better? Threatening tariffs every other day? Telling people we're gonna put tariffs on you today, then tomorrow he wakes up and says, you know what? We're gonna hold off on those tariffs. We're gonna hold off until we're gonna hold off now until April 2nd before we put those tariffs back on. That's a joke. People are laughing at us. There's all kind of memes out there of Trump doing tariffs one day and taking them off the next day. We are becoming a comedy show. One big comedy show. Come on, man. Right. It should have been done behind closed doors. All that should have been done behind closed doors. But we have a president that likes to embarrass himself. He loves to embarrass himself. And y'all can say what y'all want to say about Joe Biden. Yes, Joe Biden had his issues. Yes, he was old and feeble. I can say that and be honest about it. But Trump is no better. The things Trump is doing, he should be hiding like Joe Biden did. You're not going, you know what, one-on-one, the last time Trump and Putin had a conversation, they went behind closed doors. It was just Trump. Matter of fact, it was just Trump, Putin, and an interpreter. That was it. No one else in the room but those three. What's up, Black Pearl? How you doing, sweetheart? Nobody but those three behind closed doors. I wonder why. I wonder why there was only three people in that room. Trump, Putin, and an interpreter. No one asked questions about that. No one cares about that. But like I say, Trump is nothing but a clown. He's making America into a one big, large clown show. No one is respecting America. All these people saying, oh, Trump going to make people respect America. Trump going to bring back respect for America, to America. Where? Where's that respect at? Where's the respect? I see people laughing at us. Laughing at Americans every single day. Just look at this DEI thing. This DEI thing proves my point. They're taking their airplane because they have the word gay in it. That's a comedy show. That's a joke. And I'm praying that tonight when Saturday Night Live come on, that they do a skit just on that alone. I'm praying. I'm hoping that they do a skit on that. I would love to see a skit on that. That they ban the picture of Nola Gay. A plane, because it has the word gay on it. You cannot take these people serious, man. You cannot. Can y'all do me a favor? If y'all really do me one big favor, hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it, y'all. Y'all do a brother a favor. You might disagree with me, but please hit the thumbs up for me at least. Because I do allow different perspectives to come here and voice themselves. I don't block anyone. Well, even if you're disrespectful, I don't block. I just don't read your comment. But if you come here, I give you opportunity to express yourself freely and open. This is a real free speech channel. I give everybody the opportunity to say what they want to say. If I like it, if I don't like it, you're more than welcome to say it. You know, I just want y'all to be real and honest. Because a lot of y'all are not real and honest. Like I said, I still haven't got an answer yet to my debt question. Why is it okay for Republicans to raise the debt when they're in control? But when they're not in control, they cry and whine about Democrats raising the debt and spending more money. I'm confused still. I'm totally confused. It's okay to whine and cry when Democrats are doing it, but when you're in control, you do the same thing. Go on, guys, man. Let's keep it real. Come on, let's keep it all the way real. Y'all got to understand what goes on around here, man. We have to keep it real. All the way real. You know, we as people are the reason why our government is so screwed up right now. We, the people, we are the reason why. You know why? Those town halls that we've been having over the last couple of weeks, and you have these senators and you have these House representatives. They have these town halls, and they walking out on the people. They just walking out. That is so disrespect. The people who they for to be servicing, they walk out on. But that shows you how much respect they really have for you. No matter if they're shouting at you, no matter if they're talking nicely to you, you should have enough respect to sit there and listen to those people. Because those people are the reason why you are there. Those are your people that you're supposed to serve in your district. You don't want to come up with different bullshit reasons why you shouldn't be doing these town halls. Like House Speaker Mike Johnson said, oh, those are paid actors. They're funded by George Soros. And that's the reason why you shouldn't be doing these town halls anymore. What kind of shit is that? Those are the people who elect these representatives. And they disrespected them by saying, those are just paid actors. They're not really the people who elected me. But that shows you how much respect they have for you, though. They don't have any respect for you. They said for his billionaire friends, why do 8, 10 vote for vote blue? Does that really matter, Mark? I'm sorry. That's not Mark. I can't even pronounce your name. Why does that matter? Because there are more poor people and middle class people who actually vote. So 8 to 10 billionaires doesn't matter. But at the same time, why do Trump have 14 billionaires in his cabinet, in his administration? That's the better question right there. Why do Trump have 14 billionaires in his administration right now? Can you answer that question? Let's talk about that first. See, this is the problem I have. We sit here and say certain things like 8 to 10 billionaires vote blue. All right, Trump got 14 billionaires in his administration. So what is your point? Come on, man. Can we do better? Can we really do better? Can we really do better? It's amazing. It's really amazing. But that's the state of this country today. We have people who make comments that don't make sense, especially when you can counter that comment with something even worse than what he's talking about. Because my thing, I really have, if I got 8 to 10 billionaires voting for me, that's fine. But why do I have 14 billionaires in my administration? That tells me that those people are not there for me. They're not there for the poor people in the middle class, because they're going to look out for themselves. They're going to try to keep their billions. Like Elon Musk, for instance, who just got a new contract with the government through the FAA. Think about that. You're working in Trump administration and you're still getting contracts with the federal government. Come on, man. That doesn't make sense. How do public servants making under 200,000 become millions in a few years? You know why? Because the people like you keep voting them in. That's why. What's up, Classic? People like you keep voting them in. That's why. That's how they get 200 grand. Who's making under 200 grand become millionaires. Because people like you would say, that's why I said people like you, me, you, and everybody else. That's what goes on. There you go. There you go, 101. He fired the FAA director, and look at him, and then he got a contract. You can't make this up. You see, the question was up here, like this guy right here asked the question, How do public servants making under 200 grand become millionaires in a few years? Well, Elon Musk is a billionaire, so he's already making a lot of money. But he's a perfect example of how people make money off the government. They become part of the government and they make even more money. And Elon just proved that point. He just proved the point. Y'all, so the next time somebody asks you how these politicians make that kind of money in a couple years, just point to Elon, because he's a prime example. Even though Elon is already a billionaire already, but he's making even more money now by being part of the government. No, the FAA they was basically investigating him because of a crash, and he didn't like that. It's crazy one-on-one. It's really crazy. I just, like I said, this country is really, it's crazy. It's so much going on, man. A lot of things that goes on today would never happen years ago. What did he say, Classic? I don't really watch him, so I don't know if he took a shot. I don't know what he said. So what did he say? And on top of that, Classic, ZX can't debate me. Because some of the shit he have said in the past, trust me, the dude can't debate me. He don't have the knowledge, enough knowledge to debate me. And that's a fact. You know, everything he talks about is just culture war bullshit that have no facts. But when I finish this live, I'm gonna go take a look at. You talking about, was it the last video he did? I'll take a look at it. I'm not gonna search for it, but if it's the last one, I'll look at it. But like I said, guys, man, we need to wake up and understand all this DEI stuff is just a clown show. You know, these people, they're clowning. The black community have mostly absent in voting. They would say that not being done. The black community has been mostly absent in voting. They would say they not doing nothing for me, but there is always a better choice for your circumstances. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. The people that don't vote in the black community, they have no right to say anything. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why, because the way I look at things, when it comes to my health care, when it comes to my Social Security, when it comes to different things that affects America, it affects me also. So when people say they don't have anything to vote for, they're wrong. You always have something to vote for. Always. You know, like this DEI thing now. You know, that's something to vote for. Because they're trying to turn back the clock on black people. You know, they're trying to turn back civil rights on black people. So when people say that, they're just ignorant. Just ignorant people who don't look at the bigger picture. So that's how I look at that. Trump supporters goes to the line when he says something unhinged. He don't mean it like that. Trump supporters, and like I said, I'm not gonna belittle them, but I will say this right here. They need to educate themselves more. They really do. They need to educate themselves more. And if they educate themselves more, they might understand that Trump is not really doing anything good for them. You know, it's like if you go to like West Virginia, one of the poorest states in America, who votes red. Now, make that make sense. You are voting red, year in and year out, but you're still poor and living in the same conditions. So you telling me conservative policies are really good for you? See, that's my thing. Just understand that. All these red states are poor people states, but they still vote red. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. Right, right. We got to stick together as poor people. We are poor. We need to stick together, but we are fighting amongst ourselves. So it's the last video classic. All right, I'll take a look at that. Like I said, I see what he says. You know, it all depends what he says, if I respond or not. But like I said, I know ZX cannot debate me on anything when it comes to politics. That is anyway, because he don't know as much as I do, and he goes off emotions. Like when he talks about the trans situation, it's all emotions. It's all emotions. It's nothing based in facts. And then he uses your boys' talking points. You know, so it's like, come on, man. Come, you see, this is my thing when it comes to ZX. He's not a free thinker. ZX is a parrot. He parrot everything he hears. He might listen to Geno Jennings. He's gonna parrot that. He might listen to something Donald Trump says. He'll parrot that. And y'all need to understand that he's not a free thinker. He don't think really from anything other than what he hears. What's up, Griff? What's going on, Griff? How you doing? Y'all fellas, do me a favor. Girls, I'm sorry, I said fellas, but ladies and gentlemen, can y'all please hit the thumbs up button for me, please? I really appreciate it. Support the channel a little bit for me just by hitting the thumbs up. That's all I ask. Just support the channel by hitting the thumbs up for me. I really appreciate it. But you know what, Classic? This is my thing also. When it comes to me, I'm here to speak for the people. Appreciate that one-on-one. I'm here to speak for the people. I'm not here to go back and forth with no one really, especially someone who I feel like not being real, not being serious. You know, they talk about certain things to make people think that they know what they're talking about, and they really don't. You know, like I might have 16 people in the room or 5 people in the room. I'm happy. You know, I'm not trying to clickbait people. I'm not trying to set things to make people think I know more than I know. I try to talk about facts over here. We talk about facts. Nothing but facts. No, well, with me it doesn't. With me, Gigi, I don't look at the trans things from a feeling or emotions point of view. I look at it from a human being point of view. That's my thing. I look at it from a human being point of view. A trans person is just another person to me. That's all. You know, they walk this earth just like I walk this earth. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. I can have a conversation with a trans person, you know, as long as it's respectful. I have no problem with it. But see, a lot of people look at trans, oh, that's a mental illness. Oh, that's this, no, that's that. No, I don't. I look at it, they're just a person to me. Just a person. That's it. That person chose or whatever to lead their life. That's their life. That have nothing to do with me personally. I don't have to live that life. I don't have to, I don't have to live a life. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have to live that life. You know, and also I believe a person is born that way. It's not made into that way. That's my opinion also. And that's another reason why it doesn't affect me. You know, it's like I was born the way I am, and no one can change that. No one can turn me into a trans. No one can turn me into a homosexual person. No one can change my sexual orientation. No one. I feel the way I feel because I'm a man and it's inside me. And that's why I say, when I see a trans person, I see a person that God made. God put those hormones or those chromosomes within that person. So why should I judge this person when God did it himself? God loved that person still. So I don't deal with that from emotions or from feelings. That's a person just like I'm a person. That's a human being just like I'm a human being. That's someone that God created just like God created me. That's all. No, to me, that's just the way it is. I really believe that God created all men and all women, or whatever the situation is. And people say God don't. I think certain things that crossed up, and it is what it is. Oh, that's what he's talking about. He on that bullshit? Is he really on that bullshit? Is he really on that bullshit? You know, if that's what he on, that's what he's on. I can care less. That's on him. He can say what he want to say. If he on that type of bullshit, like I said, if he thinks I'm on that shit, he can go check out my Filipino channel. Like I said, I don't run for nothing, man. These people, he don't have a clue what he's talking about. Griff, I'm sorry, Griff. I wish that was true. No, Griff. I am so heavy now. I'm ashamed to tell you how much I weigh right now. It must be the camera, Griff. It's the camera. Nah, I'm not really dieting. It's the camera view. That's what that is. But classic. If that's what he's talking about, I'm not going to check that out. That's a waste of my time. He ain't saying nothing. ZX is a grown ass child. That's all he is. He's just a grown child. He a grown child. And honestly, I'm trying to stay away from those grown kids. Green dreams, you don't want to know. I'm not going. You know what? I'm not going to get into that conversation. It's a nobody. It's a nobody. I'm not going to even give him no play. He's a grown child who's just looking for attention, who don't know what he's talking about for one thing. Well, thank you, Griff. I appreciate that. me and my wrinkled shirt. I got my wrinkled shirt on today. I got let's make history. Let's make Black history today. But yeah, I just I don't know. It's crazy. But classic. Nah, there's nothing to debate there. So why would I even think about debating here? If that's what he's talking about. I thought he was talking about some serious political shit, but he talking about some bullshit. So I'm not even down with that. None whatsoever. It is what it is. But all right, guys, man. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank everybody who gave me the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I thank for the ones who came through and participated in the live stream, who asked questions and left comments. I really appreciate that. Like I said, guys, man, I'm here. This is a free speech channel. You're welcome to come here as long as you're respectful. If you're making respectful comments, I will read the comments and try to answer those comments. But if you're making disrespectful comments, I will not read them. So, but I appreciate everybody who came through and participated in the live stream. And I salute you all, man. Until next time, y'all have a good day. I wouldn't say good night, but I forgot. A good day. And also remember, tonight at 2:00, the time goes ahead. So get ready for the time to spring forward tonight. Thank you, Green Dreams. Thank you, Griff, man. Oh, Griff and Green Stream, I really, really appreciate you two the most, man. And It's Me also. It's Me came through. Thank you guys, man, for coming through and supporting both of my channels. I really appreciate that. Griff and Green Dream, y'all will see me soon, maybe later today on my other channel. I will be going over there later on. So y'all see me again. So until then, y'all take it easy.